Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for a weekly recap of Growing Up Hip Hop. This is season 4, episode 1, and it was titled Make Atlanta Great Again. Alright, so this is my 4th video tonight, so my voice is kind of raspy, so please forgive me if I end up sounding like a dude. This is my 4th video, and I got one more to do. Before I jump into this review recap, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed to my channel already, and then hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this review recap, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Alright, y'all, so I ended up watching this episode, and from time to time I watch Growing Up Hip Hop, but I just never sat down and watched like the whole season, so that's why I have not done a review recap on it, because I come in on certain episodes and so forth or whatever. So I thought that since somebody asked and then the season just started, I would do a review recap on it. So I watched it. It was interesting enough. At one point I was kind of like, is Ayana gonna be in every scene? Because she pretty much was in every scene except for the brat scene, okay? But I did feel bad for her, and this was filmed a while ago, so I haven't heard anything in the negative, so I believe that she pulled through and everything like that, so she's nice and healthy, which is very good, because we don't want anybody, losing their life over C-19. All right, let's jump into it, y'all. So basically it opens up like every other show that's been on TV after the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter. They open up the show kind of talking about Black Lives Matter, how the pandemic has shut down everything. It stopped the, what's that girl name? Shania's senior year in college. So she's talking about that. It's basically shut down the world at this point. The numbers are going up with people passing away. It's just, put a halt to a lot of stuff. And then they talk about Black Lives Matter. They talking about George Floyd, how he basically died senselessly. All the other Black lives that have died senselessly in the last year and prior, like they just, talk about that and kind of open it up that way for that. We see Remarkable. She's talking to her children and, helping them understand what's going on in the world right now, because they're young, they really don't understand, so she's trying to help them out. She's protesting out there with them and whatnot. Then we see Bow Wow. He in his condo with his friends and stuff. They smoking hookah. They talking about the fun time they had in Miami, because they done took a private jet during the pandemic, child. And went down to Miami, got the big booty shakers all in their face, swimming in the pool, no mask on. They just smoking hookah, passing drinks. Like we not in the whole pandemic. Like, you want to tell us about the pandemic, but then you want to party in goddamn Miami like ain't no pandemic going on. Okay. Then they start talking about pimping, how he was smoking weed in the hotel room, even though the people told him not to. And that smell travel. Like, somebody could be in a damn car down the block and you can smell the dang on weed from, like, so you thought they wasn't gonna smell in the hotel, but whatever. Of course, they almost got put out the damn hotel. Bow got a bill for $1,000 cleanup for the smoking, $750. I guess they had a girl in there. Who knows where the girl came from? You don't know if she had C-19 or what. My child, bye. So she threw up all in the hotel, so then he had to pay for that, the jet and all this other stuff, totaled up to $25K. Bow's manager Andy, he pissed off because he keep racking up this bill, and he's trying to keep Bow on a good level. He's trying to keep money in his pockets and stuff like that. And he like, we in the whole pandemic, and you out here big balling, shot calling, and you don't know when your next tour or your next album going to drop, where you going to get money from, and yada, yada, yada. But Bow don't want to hear that. He like, ain't nobody telling me how to spend my money. Ain't nobody going broke and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay. I'm sure that's what a lot of those artists thought that wasn't going to happen to them. But look at them, now or whatever. But he don't want to listen. Shania, she calls on FaceTime. He missed the call, so he called her back. He asked him where her mask was. What was your mask in Miami? She asked him that, and he like, oh, I was shooting a commercial. I was shooting. Oh, okay. They start talking about the protest and him getting his head straight, and him, focusing on his music and not focus on no girls and nothing like that. She says that she's meeting up with Angela Simmons, and he like, what? He a little upset because Angela coming into his backyard, but she ain't tell him or nothing like that. But he like, I ain't really mad or nothing like that. I hope we can link up and stuff, and we just friends and stuff. We ain't, we just friends. We not in a relationship. I flirt with everybody because I'm a thought. I do that. So he just like, we just friends. What else? So then Ayanna, she calls DJ Hurricane's daughter. She calls, so he's like, well, she's on the phone. Let me talk to her. I'll call you back. So he gets on the phone and starts talking to her. She coughing. She like, I was down there in Miami for my friend's 30th birthday. We was turned up. He was like, I was in Miami too. She was like, yeah, but you need to get tested because I think I got COVID. Why this fool put the mask on? Ain't you on the face? I said, what in the world? The other guy, I forgot, it was the B. He was like, I don't even want to be involved in this FaceTime conversation. So he starts sliding away. Y'all gonna catch it through the iPad. If you don't get out my face. Craziness. So she said she waiting for her results. She put herself in a position and she just wishes that she just would have stayed at home because, now she's sick, now she got COVID, and she got asthma. So she got a weakened immune system. So she definitely shouldn't be out there and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh my God. And then so he like, well, look, we gonna, pray for you and stuff like that. And then she ends the call basically saying like, get tested and stuff. Then we see the Brad and Jessica, also known as Big Booty Judy, who sells the kaleidoscope drops and stuff like that. The Brad tells us how she came out the closet. I don't know when she was ever in it, but she came out the closet. She making, I guess, homemade dog food for the dogs and stuff, with like bacon and stuff like that. So it's all natural and whatnot. She making that for the doggies, and she telling Jessica like, well, you can't have this bacon and stuff for the dogs. Jessica's like, all right, girl, whatever. So she got the bacon and stuff like that. And then she tells us like she in love. She in love with Jessica. Jessica makes her happy. She says she happy and out. What she say? She living her truth, happy and out loud. Basically, she came out and told the world that she was with a woman. She is experiencing all the love that she wanted in her life. She is she's happy, basically. And she was saying how Jessica is strong, how she was so scared to talk to her because she didn't want her to see her flaws and stuff. So she said she was hiding behind stuff. She would cover her mouth. And Jessica was like, I don't know why she did all that. Then she was telling us how she moved to Atlanta a year ago to be up here with the Brat and whatever. But Brat was saying how she loves to see Jessica work and she a strong boss bitch. Like, she was just like, bigging up her boo. And I love it. Like, they're both in love. They make a cute little couple and stuff. And then we see pictures. I was like, the Brat is strong. Because Judy booty about a ton. Okay? And she picked Judy ass up on her back. Girl, you got a strong ass back. God damn. Like, because y'all have seen a... She got a big... That's why she called Big Booty Judy. Like, come on now. So, I'm like, they happy. They living a life. The Brat, it's so funny to see her with Jessica because she is so like... it's like she just a different person. And it's like, wow. She was having a conversation with Jessica about... moving a factory or warehouse up to Atlanta because Jessica was saying how she has to go back down there to Louisiana because that's where she's from, born and raised. She native down there. That's where her business is primarily, and she has to go down there and check up on the ins and outs, make sure everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing and stuff like that. And so the brand was like, won't you think about moving the warehouse up here? So Jessica was like, she was like, oh, you quiet, huh? You quiet. She was like, look, it's going to take a lot to move up. It ain't just buying a building. I got to find a building. I got to find this. I got to hire these people and stuff. So the Brad was like, all right, well, can you just think about it? Can you just think? Like, she was so, like, sweet and passive and stuff. When you usually see her, she'd be like, no nonsense, like, real like but when she with Jessica, she is as tame as she is tame, okay? She is tame. Like a damn lion on a tranquilizer. She is tame, okay? I was just like, this is so cute. Um she was telling us how also that she got a small bubble because she is not with this coat with this C19 stuff. She is not with it, okay? So she got her bubble, Jessica, of course. She said she got her makeup artist and her road manager. Yeah, I think it was and then her, of course. So it's the four people. She keep her bubble small. And she said Deb invited her to an event that was outside. She was like, I ain't with no COVID or whatever like that. So she is not going. And what else happened, child? So then Jessica had like two people come over, two guy friends or something like that. They came over, they sat down, ate some breakfast and stuff. And then they were talking about what's going on with the Black Lives Matter and stuff and how, things are changing. And Jessica was saying, like, I don't like how we went back to slave days and how it seemed like the more we came forward, they pulled us all the way backwards and stuff. And I'm like, girl, exactly. And they talk about making changes at the poll, voting and stuff. So this was prior to, of course, the election day and stuff like that. So they was talking about that. And the brat was speaking the truth, like we gotta get this orange one up out of here and all this other stuff, child. So then we see Walker going over his mama house. He said he been in the house too long. He need to spread his wings. So he going over to his mama's animal kingdom. She got a damn parrot. She got a little gecko on her chest. Then she had this big ass lizard, or what's them things called? They call something. They had it on Hey Jesse. Is it a kimono dragon? No, that ain't it. Y'all know it's a big ass. It look like a lizard. It's a reptile, but I don't remember exactly what the name is. But she had one of them. I'm like, girl, then she had a dog. The hell is going on? And she's talking about something. She get unconditional love from them, and I'm just like, okay. So, okay, she said she been doing her own thing, her self-care. She been minding her business. So her and her little animals help her do that and stuff like that. Then Ayana called and told Deb that she was sick with corona and stuff like that. And Deb like, that because you went to no. Did she say because you went to Miami? Yeah, I think she said because you went to Florida or whatever like that. And so she was like, well, oh my goodness, I can't believe you sick or like that. And so then Waka, he get on there like, well, don't be eating no sugar. Eat some berries, the organic berries, because he on his health kick. And then he gets on his other phone or whatever. He calls his homeopath and stuff. And they talking about different things or whatever. And then he put his mama on the phone because she ended a call with Ayana, told her, like, get some rest. I'll check on you or whatever. Pray for you and stuff. You're going to be good. And they putting their order in, the black tonic and all this other stuff, child. And why Waka play her? Because she was like, I gained 32 pounds, so I got to lose it. He was like, more like 52. She looking like, I will punch you in the throat. Like, I will punch you in the throat. So they get off the phone with that. Then the brat had sent Deb a text message saying, like, I can't make it to your event. I'm on a COVID-free diet. I cracked up. So then Deb calls her, and she like, Brad, you can't come to my thing. She was like, no, because we in a pandemic and stuff. And so then Deb goes into how she wants to throw this brunch because she into the political thing now, and she for the orange one. And I'm like, because when they kept showing it in the previews, I was like, no, that ain't possibly what she said. She couldn't have possibly said that. Maybe they just sliced some stuff together and got us all hyped up or whatever. But no, she really said that she was for him. Because she said that you know what you getting with him. Because he'll tell you straight out what he about or whatever. You get what you see is what you get. So that's why she like him. I was like, is she serious? And then Waka sitting there the whole time like, like he looking like, no, this my mama saying this, like, is you okay? Like, you going through a crisis right now? And she like, well, I like the man. The brat confused, like, what? Is she serious? I know Deb ain't serious in saying that. Waka confused, I'm confused. I know other people watching this was confused, except for the people that's for the orange one, but I'm not for that man. So I was confused. How can you be for somebody who not for you? Oh, okay. Who just killing you out here in these streets and not caring, and then call you a hoodlum and a thug. Oh, okay. And then she said that he just like us. He ghetto. I mean, this is true. He is ghetto, but not all, like, who is us? Because all black people not ghetto. So you just putting their black people in the stereotype. So, okay, maybe you is for him. But anyway, she all proud that she for this man, and Waka trying to put her on game. Like, no, you cannot be for this man. Like, why are you with this man? Like, you know what this can do to your career, for the people that you work with, all this other stuff. And she like, I don't care about them people. Them people don't mean me nothing. I'm like, he like, you going through a midlife crisis. He like, look, He like, you just want to make my life hard or whatever. When Tammy find this out, Tammy ain't rocking with this. She is not rocking with this. And then Deb like, America is not politics. It's about business. And if I lose friends over this, then you wasn't my friend from the beginning. And then Waka just like, look, I got to go. You making my head hurt. I cannot. He like, when Tammy find this out, and you know Tammy going Kirk off. Child, no. I hope she's just doing this for shits and giggles, because that's crazy. Like, but again, it's a lot of brown people. Child, I don't understand it. Then we see Bow. He buying a $300,000 Bentley. Andy upset about it, but Bow don't care. Then we see Prima Donna. She rapping in the studio with DJ Hurricane. He in there with a whole bunch of other DJs. They just chatting about being free. How, C-19 has affected people. DJ Hurricane said he lost 3 friends in New York. The other guy said he lost some friends. And he was just like, 2020 will always be the year to remember. And then Ayana calls and tells him, like, because he was saying, like, your headband pretty, I can come over there and fix your hair and stuff. And she was like, no, you can't be next to me. He was like, well, we beefing and stuff. She was like, no, I tested positive for COVID or whatever. And he was like, what? Oh my God. So he tells her, so she says that she has to figure out how her girlfriend is going to, where her girlfriend going, because she has to be quarantined from her girlfriend or whatever like that, and she has to figure out where she going to stay. He was like, well, you want to come over to us? She was like, no, I don't want to, affect you or stuff like that. And he was like, well, you want her to come over? She was like, no, because she has to be tested or whatever, because I was all up on her when I came back from the trip, which I was kind of like, why? Like, maybe she was like laying on her or something like that, because she said on her last day of the trip, she wasn't feeling well. Like, she was feeling sick and stuff like that. So, it's a whole pandemic out here. It's C-19 is going on out here in the world. When you was feeling sick on that last day and then you came home, why was your first thought to hug your partner? Oh, okay. She said she having trouble breathing at night, but they gave her a nebulizer, so she'll see if they'll help with her or whatever like that. Then we see Andy. They meeting in the bar, him and Bow Wow and stuff. Andy ain't had no mask on. Bow took his mask off. I'm like, these people have, because when Bow was buying the car, Pimpin' ain't had no mask on. I said, I guess these people just wear a mask when they want to, but whatever. Andy asking him why he brought the Bentley, and he like, look, you spending $100K here, $100K there. We in the whole pandemic. You spending money like it's water and stuff, and you done spent $300,000 on a car. Like, you don't know when you gonna get your next money and stuff. And Bow like, well, I spent that money, and I know I just gotta make it back or whatever. His Andy thing is like, how? You ain't had no album in 10 years. You not going on tours, because ain't no tours popping. So how you going, how you going to get this money back or whatever? So he's saying, like, well, speaking of the album, I'm hype about this. I just wrote my album. It's a banger and everything like that. And he was like, oh, so you finna make me feel bad. Cause like you need to get a better producer. Like it wasn't popping. Like it was here, then it went 5 years, then it went back. Like, no, you got. He was like, so you saying pimping can't produce? He was like, he gonna kill you. I mean, why just be dead? So Bow, like, you the first person that said that I ain't that my songs wasn't banging. I can play my songs here, I can play my songs there, and everybody like, ooh, run that back. I can't make babies on this. I will have sex with you on this. I will do this with this. And so he was like, but yeah, you paid for that. And he was like, what? He was like, yeah, you paid for the yacht, they on a yacht. You paid for the jet, they on a jet. So what they gonna tell you your music ain't ish for? Hello? Like, I hate when people say stuff like that. When they be like, oh, you the first person to say, okay, but maybe they just yes people and they don't want to rock the boat. Like, what is you saying to me? So, that's what Andy tell him. He like, so Bow like, so what you saying my songs is trash and stuff like that? He was like, look, well, if you think it's all that and it's all big popping and stuff like that, then let Papa hear it. He was like, no, I don't want JD to hear it. He was like, exactly. So you need to go back in the studio, get it worked on again or whatever. Bow talking about he don't want JD to put his fingers on it and stuff because this personal to him and this came from his heart and he don't want to do nothing or whatever. He don't want him to touch it or mix something up or whatever, child. And so then Bow had like a little tantrum and stomps off and whatever. I was just like, boy, Bow, if you want to make some money and you want to keep buying $5,000, not $5,000, $500,000 cars and ish like that, then you need to be making some dope ass tracks. I haven't heard nothing from Bow Wow. Have y'all heard something? And if y'all did, was it good? Cause I ain't heard nothing. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this recap review. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. For this video, if you watched it all the way through, woohoo! Put the smiley face emoji down there to be entered into the giveaway for when I hit 1,000 subscribers. All right, y'all. Until next time.